Okay, let's continue with the fourth part of this tutorial. But before then, as you can see, I've embedded a service charge here. That is it right there. Okay, it's all in the receipts. Now let's take care of these components right here, these three and these other two here, and I intend to use object-oriented method. Okay, close that. Let's go to project. Let's click on your project right there and select add class. Okay, we can give our class a name. Maybe we'll call it Cafe. Alright, maybe we should call this class Cafe, something like that. So let's just type in coffee. That's right. Now click on add. Once our, let's see the solution explorer. Okay, our class Cafe is ready now, but before then, let's go back into the form. Okay, double click on total right there. So in this total, I think we need to declare as follows. I'm going to declare the following local variable because I would need the price details of all these drinks and that of the cakes. Okay, so right in here we need all of this. So let's go back into here. Maybe we should declare it as a local variable or global variable. So we can declare it as a local variable anyway. So let's go for double equals. Okay, we call that, actually it's not double equals, so let's go for latte. Okay, that is latte there. Then we also, let's go for ice latte, or we can just call that I latte. So I need all of those variables in place. Then espresso. Alright, let me just find out the names of the different types of coffee here. Okay, we have Vale coffee, cappuccino, African, American, and okay, let's go back. Let's get that sorted. We have Capo, we have cappuccino, we have African, we have American, or I can just call it AM coffee. Then we have A coffee. Right, those are the different types of coffee that I have. Now let's have a look at the different cakes. Okay, I can also continue on the same line, but let's just do it on separate lines. So we have a coffee cake, red velvet, and so on. Let's come back and just call that C cake. That will be the coffee cake. And now just speed this up. Okay, now I have all my variables in place. I think the next thing I should do is to assign values to each of these variables. So let's start by going for the following. Okay, I will add value to, or the price to, each of these drinks. So let's go for maybe there. So that's for the first one. So for the espresso, let's give that a price as well. So let's just enter 129, and I'll just speed that up. Now I have the price for each coffee. Maybe I suppose you guys can see these, or maybe just let's reduce the size of this variable. Express, yeah, that's fine. And this coffee as well, let's reduce it. Okay, I think that's fine. It's not that long. I should be calm. Alright, so we're gonna do the same thing for the cakes. Okay, we know this is coffee. Alright, that's coffee there. Okay, so take that off. That's coffee. And now let's do something for the cakes. Let's copy all of this. Now just assign a price, maybe 130, and so on. So I'm just going to sort of like speed that up and get back to you. Okay, we have the cakes right here. If you notice, I've changed the variables so that we have enough room, so that you guys can see all of the values in there. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is to actually declare variables for the input as well. So I'm going to have to say as follows, because I do need that for my class to work, so that I can add up to the function. So let's say double. Now I'm going to need a proper name. Let's say double latte. Okay, double latte coffee. Let's use capital there. Coffee equals. Okay, we're going to then say equals. Let's convert this. Convert dot. Let's go for double here. To double. Okay. And what we're converting, that will be txt latte, this very one, dot text. Alright, now we go for multiply by the variable right there, latte. Okay, that's the first variable. Okay, now the next one, let's go for the espresso right there. So we're gonna call that double espresso coffee equals convert dot double txt espresso, yeah, dot text multiply by the price of espresso there. And we will repeat the same thing for the rest. So let me just speed that up and get back to you guys. Okay, we've taken care of all of the coffees, as you can see right there. And if you notice the cakes, there's nothing done to the cakes. That's why we have all of these green underline. So we're going to take care of that of the cakes now. And here we have the price of each of the coffee, or the different types of coffee. So let me just move cake right here so that they all have their own different okay, let's just make this should be for, that'll be for the coffee. Right, we have the price of coffee and everything there. this one would be for just cakes. So let's come down in here and just start with double as well. Double. So the first type of cakes is that's supposed to be coffee cake. So C underscore cakes equals convert dot to double there. Okay, and that is supposed to be txt. Let's put a C there. Coffee dot text. Right. So we multiply that by C cake. Multiply by C cake and enter a semicolon there. Okay, that is for cakes. So let's in here, let's just say coffee, and here let's put for cakes. Alright, so I can just copy this and speed it up. I need 8 of those. Okay, so I'll just speed that up and I will get back to you guys as soon as it's all done. Okay, so that make life easy for all of us. Okay, now that the coffee is taken care of, the cake is also taken care of. So what's happening here is, here are the standard price, and in each of these objects the customer enters the amount, and the amount is then multiplied by the standard price and then stored into this variable. Okay, so the same thing applies to that of the cake. That is it there, done. Now let's go straight into our class right here. Okay, what we're going to be doing here is to enter the member variables, okay, of all of these here into the class. Alright, so what I'm going to enter is as a private. The reason why I'm doing this is to actually encapsulate it. Okay, so we have, so that is double, so let's just give them all a name as well. So that would be declaring this. Okay, we just give it different name. Let's copy that and dump it there, and just maybe call this new. Okay, and enter a semicolon there. So that's my very first one. Then the second one, let's go for, let's say, private double as well, and just enter those, encapsulate all of those variables in here as a new value. Alright, so I will just speed that up as well. Okay, now that we have encapsulated the member variable for coffee and the member variables for the cakes, let's do one other thing. Let's take care of what you guys might call default constructor. Okay, so let's take care of that first. Okay, for my default constructor, let's just type in CTOR, there we go, and just tab and tab again. Okay, that's my default constructor. So what I will do now is as follows: new, okay, new latte coffee equals, let's go for that. So what that means is it's a double. So I will just repeat exactly the same thing for this guy here, new espresso. Alright, and make that a double as well. Okay, so let's speed that up. Now that we've created a default constructor, I think maybe we should let's create an overload constructor. Let there be an overload constructor, because if we don't do that, there might be problems. So I think we should do that. And before creating this constructor, I think there's an error on this form. Let me come back to this form. You see here, I don't think we would need this anymore, so I'm going to delete it all. Okay, it's not actually needed because I'll be using it as part of my calculation for subtotal and so on. So let's get rid of it, and we just call this the end of the fourth part of this tutorial. Okay, and I'll see you guys in the fifth part of this tutorial. All right.